Dreams are curious things, aren't they? They sneak in when we wander off to the left side of our subconscious, the part of us where forgotten memories and long-lost feelings linger like old treasures in a dusty attic. When we spend too much time lost in thought, dwelling on the past or caught up in our emotions, our mind quietly drifts towards that side in our sleep, and before we know it, poof! We are dreaming. And not just any dream, mind you. These dreams are the kind that leave you scratching your head the next morning, wondering why you were chasing a talking goose through a forest made of chocolate.
Harry Panini named Gerald. Gerald speaks fluent Morse code and insists on sleeping in the dishwasher. Meanwhile, my neighbor Larry started a business selling invisible socks to ghosts. His motto, 4 feet you don't have. Business is booming apparently, though nobody's even seen a customer. Nobody.
Carl Jung thought of dreams as secret letters from the unconscious, full of messages for us to decode. But the problem is, by the time these letters pass through all the layers of our mind, they often end up looking more like scribbled notes than clear advice. And then there's the Kundalini, like a silent keeper of all our stories. She knows our past experiences, like an old friend who remembers everything. When she stirs deep within us, sometimes those memories surface as dreams. And here's the twist. True awareness doesn't come from untangling these dream puzzles. It comes when the Kundalini rises beyond the Agya chakra, when we can feel the cool breeze of vibrations sweeping away the clutter of ego and superego and making space in the Sahasrara. So as we reflect on dreams and the journey of the Kundalini, we come to a deeper question. Are these dreams just whispers from our inner world, or do they point to something more? Dreams may guide us, inspire us, even puzzle us. But through the lens of the Kundalini's ascent, we begin to see that they are not destinations, but gentle invitations. Invitations to look within, to rise above illusion, and to settle into the stillness of the spirit, where the true journey begins. And that, at last, is not a dream. It is the truth we were always meant to find.
Now, another point I would like to point out from Jung's point of view, that he took to dreams as one of the very big experimental, truthful manifestation of the unconscious. But what happens? How do you get dreams? Let's see. The dreams come to you from the Kundalini itself, in a way. So what happens? The Kundalini is not connected on the central part, but it is the record. Is all our past, all our record is in there, like a tape recorder has a tape, it is there. And what happens that when you go very deep into Sushupti, this is the stage they call it, very deep into you, then the symbolism comes to that down below and passes through the blue line into your brain. And that's how you start seeing the dreams. But when you are passing through that, you see you pass through your all subconscious area. So the dreams get distorted, they get a funny symbolism. Sometimes you don't understand what's happening. It becomes a sort of a mixed up expression, and on that to depend may not be so much good. Instead of that, we must get the reality. The reality is that you become collectively conscious and you develop this vibratory awareness by which you can feel the all-pervading power. Dreams is a thing when you go into your left side, in the left subconscious area, then you can also go into collective subconscious areas. And when you go there, because when you are sleeping, if you have a habit, supposing you are a very emotional person, you are crying all the time, weeping, thinking of the past, then you form a habit of your mind which goes to the left side. Then you go into it, then you see all kinds of things, and when you are waking up, you come to the subconscious mind, to the present subconscious, and you see things. That's why it's a confusion. It has nothing to do with the feeling that you feel for others. The others that you feel is absolutely in alert present tense. You see it now. It's like that. But this left side is very important, one should see also, because I think most of the diseases like cancer and all these, mellitus and all those diseases which are called as incurable are caused by left side effects. For example, now I saw a television review of some doctors who said that the cancer is caused by the triggering of triggering of a personality which is vulnerable to cancer by a protein or by proteins which are protein, they call it 5258. Actually it is the left side. Is that from the left side, from the collective subconscious, you see something like that attacks you. Even virus is nothing but the dead vegetables or dead plants which have gone out of circulation of evolution are existing in your collective subconscious, and they attack you, and that's how you get a virus. And the same way you can get it from some micro animals also, which can cause you this virus infection. In the same way, even cancer can be caused with the triggering of this left side.
I had the chance to meet Shri Mataji several times and to talk to her, but today I want to tell you about one of my dreams that I had with her, which was very significant for me. Many times I wondered how it ever felt if Shri Mataji had physically touched me, because that never happened. In the beginning I thought this would be really interesting to feel how it felt, and after some time I dropped that thought because I felt like she touches me from inside my heart. She goes like, hey, it's all fine, I'm in your heart and no need for me to touch you. So I dropped the idea. Only it came back to me last year when I met someone who had been with Shri Mataji a lot and who I know she touched. So I asked him, how did it feel when Shri Mataji touched you? And he said, well, it was just like a regular touch. Only when she spoke my name, I would feel a lot of vibrations and it would vibrate me to the core. And that was really interesting. So that night I dreamt that Shri Mataji comes to me and she extends her arm and she gets closer to me. But long before she touches me, she fills me with everything. The security, the love, the warmth, the motherliness, the abundance, everything. So I feel that my being is absolutely drenched with everything. And in the end, like it seemed ages, she touches my arm and it's just a regular touch. But everything I had ever wanted had come to me long before she physically touched me. Then she looked at me and she nodded at me like invitingly, and without speaking she told me, okay, now you can touch my arm. And I was a bit shy to do that, but I reached out with my hand and I saw everything in 4K, like the embroidery of her sari, the golden embroidery, and her skin and the freckles that she had on her arm. And in the end, I finally touch her arm, and it feels like a regular touch. She has warm skin, and it was like very smooth, and I felt the micro tension that you sometimes feel when you touch somebody else's skin. And then I feel a certain facet of sadness where she says, well, you have been looking for a mother, so I can be your mother. And you have been looking for my company and my presence, so here it is. And you have been looking for the feeling of touch, now there it is. I can give that all to you, but in trying so hard to understand me, like mentally, you miss out on the chance to be one with me. And the message was, don't focus on my physical being or on my form. Focus on what I really am. I am everything, everything. So she says, I can take that form of that body, or I can be like your mother. I can do all these things. But I am basically everything. I am the Param Chaitanya. And this thought was really, really comforting for me.
Thank you for watching our video. Sri Mataji's words are the true source of our knowledge. We hope they have been communicated in the right context for our series on advanced Sahaja Yoga themes. Please subscribe so you can join us next time when we present a new topic. Jai Shri Mataji.